Hello guys, it's Miss Garcia. Welcome to Math City with Miss G. In this video, we are going to talk about ACT math test prep questions. Number one problem is about scientific notation, and we're asked to add these big numbers. So if the calculator is available, we can just type this in our calculator, or we can do this manually. So I'm just gonna put 700 million underneath the first number, and then add these two together, and that should give me 1 billion, 370 million, and the zeros that goes with it. Now, going back to basic, if I have, say, $3, I can either write it with a dollar symbol and say $3. Sometimes we say 3 and a point and a 00 to mean $3. We could also add in the symbol, the dollar sign. So the decimal point is at the right side of a number, of an integer. So we normally don't see the decimal point because it has no significant value. But if we're talking about cents, then that's when it is significant. So for example, if I've got 25 cents, then that makes the decimal point important. It has significant value. So the decimal needs to be in the problem. Otherwise, if we don't put the decimal point, we're just going to have 25. If we put the dollar sign, then that's when it's going to be $25. Or if we don't have the $25, it's just going to be a number. It could be 25 books. So then that decimal point still is on the right side of the last number. So going back to the problem, there is an invisible decimal point, and it's at the end of the last zero. So we can add a 00 at the end. So it's not going to be too abstract. And so, for example, we've got those two zeros, and we're changing this big number into scientific notation. And scientific notation uses tens place. And so we're moving this number to the left until we get to tens place. So let's do it. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have moved the decimal place 9 units to the left. So 9 units to the left. Since we moved the decimal place 9 units to the left, then therefore the answer is D. If the calculator is available, you could also put this in a calculator and type 1.37 times 10 to the power 9. And if you are able to do so, then your calculator will give you this number right here to verify. Let's try another problem. On this problem, it is particularly talking about a trapezoid. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral, four-sided figure. And this trapezoid named ABC, shown below, these two segments, AB, is parallel. So this symbol here means parallel. So segment AB, and I'm going to emphasize, is parallel to segment DC. So this means that we are going to apply the angle pairs of parallel lines, and at the same time, we are going to apply the properties of trapezoid. The measures of the interior angles are distinct, and the measure of angle D is X degrees. So it's a noun, but we know it's something represented by X. What is the measure of angle A? We don't know angle A. So knowing that we're talking about angle A and angle D, so these two angles are called consecutive. They are sharing the same side. So consecutive are angles sharing the same side of the figure. So since they are consecutive, then therefore they are supplementary. So that means angle A measure of angle A, whatever that measurement is, we're going to add that to the measure of angle D that is equal to 180. So supplementary simply means the sum of the two angles is equal to 180. Since we only know one angle, and that is angle D, and that is x degrees, therefore angle letter F is the answer. It represents the how we can find the measure of angle A. All right, well, let's try another problem. To get a driver's license, an applicant must pass a written test and a driving test. Past records show that 80% of the applicants who passed the written test and 60% of those who have passed the written test passed the driving test. Based on these figures, how many applicants in the random group of 1,000 applicants would you expect to get driver's license? So there's two things we need to do here. First, we are going to take 80% of 1,000. So that's our first step. And so we're going to write 80% as fraction. So that would be 80 over 100 and then times 1,000. So this is going to be equal to 800. I mean, you can put this in a calculator, 80 divided by 100 times 1,000, and you should get 800. So that means 80% of 1,000 is 800. Then step 2, it mentions that among the 80% who passed the written test, 60 of those who passed the written test will pass the driving test. So then therefore that is 60% of 800. So let's write 60% in fractions. So 60 over 100 times 800. So when we put this in our calculator, or we can do this manually, it should give you 480. So then therefore letter B is the answer. So of the 1,000 applicants, 480 will pass or will get the pass the driving test. 480 applicants. All right. Let us try and answer the last problem. If A, B, and C are positive integers, so what are positive integers? They are whole numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are positive integers. Such that A to the power B is X and C to the power B is Y. Then XY is equal to what? So XY can be written as X times Y. So there is an invisible period in between, and that invisible period simply means multiplication. So let's write what each variable is equal to based from the problem. So X is equal to A to the power B. And then Y is equal to C, we're going to drop the period, C to the power B. If you look at the choices, none of that is equal to the answer that we've got. But if we are to write this two base, put the two base together, and then write the exponent. The common exponent is B. So we can write AC to the power B. Because when we are going to distribute B, we are actually getting that answer. And so therefore, the answer for this problem is H. I hope you have found value in this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.